So, hi everybody. I'm here today with Louis Pestine. Hi Louis, and thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me, Gaetan. I appreciate it.
Awesome. So I really wanted to do this interview with you because you've been in sales for a long time and you have quite an interesting story to tell. So can you just introduce yourself and present, what your journey has been, what you're doing today, and so on?
Certainly, and thanks for that. Yeah, I have been in sales for a long time, over 40 years. Well, maybe even longer. My first job actually in sales, I was 10 years old, working at a hot dog stand, and where I grew up in Skokie, Illinois. And I think I was the first guy to say to a customer, "You want fries with that?" Kind of an upsell, maybe with the first one. Anyway, so I really enjoyed that experience, and so a lot of my jobs growing up as a kid were sales related, something to do with selling subscriptions or whatever it was. But yeah, after college, I went into sales, worked for big computer manufacturers, the old digital equipment. I was employee number 56 at EMC, where I actually took the job to learn how to run a small business. I mean, there was only 50, 60, 70 people at the time in that company. Amazing how they turned out and grew and sold for billions of dollars to Dell Computer. But great experience, taught me a lot about bringing people on, onboarding, and growing a business, because I had our own little territory. Me and this other fellow grew it really from basically nothing, selling memory boards and upgrades and things like that. But then I started my own business and went on my own. And throughout the time, I was really part salesman and part entrepreneur, part business owner. And there was a lot of things that interplay with that, and a lot of lessons I learned along the way. Ran the business for about 20 years or so, did really well most of the time, but every business goes up and down. We actually made the Inc. 500 of one of the fastest growing 500 private companies in America over a 5-year period. We did really well with it. It was an IT training company. We also came out with a software product, one of the first SaaS products actually ever, and the first do-it-yourself e-learning system. And after running the company for about 20 years, I burnt out. I mean, it was just too much. And I hit a wall, got diagnosed with job burnout and depression. And I just had to take a step back. It was really hurting me and hurting my family too. I had 4 small kids and a lot of responsibilities. So I had to kind of figure out a new way. And that's when I kind of started on my path to building tools for myself and others that would help them, get through rough patches in their life, especially if they were an entrepreneur, a founder, a salesperson. And so that started my journey. I would kind of call the second half of my life, where I put these tools together, went to actually work for some other companies, solidified my ideas, wrote a sales training course, and built a bunch of processes and philosophies on what I thought were the best ways to build a sales department. And then went out on my own and started bringing in clients, founders and entrepreneurs who I could help from the experiences that I had. And so that's what I do now. Most of my clients, I function as what I call fractional sales manager. Smaller companies where they don't have all the resources of big businesses to have a full-time sales manager, but just like everybody else, every other sales team, they need, good habits, processes, systems to function and grow. And so that's what I'm doing now. I really enjoy what I'm doing now. I kind of make my own hours and just help people that I think I can help. And so that's where I am today. And I also put some of it into new online courses as well. Things are shifting, and people want to learn online and they want to do it at their time. So I've actually put together some of those too. So learning lots of new things. I'm a lifelong learner. I just don't stop. I just keep going because I love it.
Beautiful. Yeah, thank you for sharing.